New at 6 tonight, one of Southern Arizona's elected officials is now fighting for the women she says inspired her.
More than 1,000 women Air Force Service pilots, or WASP as they were called, served our country during World War II, but now their ashes, well, they're no longer allowed at Arlington National Cemetery. KOLD News 13's Craig Reck tells us tonight what these pioneering pilots did and who's fighting for them now that there are so few of them left.
We all know the Boneyard is where you go to see so many of the planes of our military's history. But now some of the family members of the women who flew a few of these planes say they're worried that there won't be many traces of their loved ones in Arlington National Cemetery, all because of limited space.
They were amazing, pioneering women. Every single one that I've met, they're strong women, they're committed women, they're patriotic.
Congresswoman Martha McSally always looked up to the WASPs, women Air Force service pilots. Some even served as mentors to her when she was first starting on the A-10 in Tucson. One of those women, Ruth Daly Helm. Her son says she considered her service as simply doing what she loved for the good of her country. She didn't see herself as a pioneer.
That was not something my mom ever talked about, because back then there was a madman who was bent on world domination.
Jay Helm says the other pilots appreciated what the WASPs were doing, but some civilian instructors didn't care to see women flying in military planes. He says the discrimination only made these women stronger.
All that did was bring out the best of the best of the best to that point of graduation.
It wasn't until 1947 that the WASPs were granted veteran status and an honorable discharge, enough to be welcomed at Arlington National Cemetery. But the Army reversed the ruling last year, and loved ones and fellow pilots say that won't fly.
Look, the reality is, sure, there's limited space and geography at Arlington National Cemetery, and at some point in our distant future, we will run out of space. And so we have to ask ourselves, are we then kicking out these pioneers and heroes of World War II, these women who stepped up to open up the door for female military pilots like me to have the chances that we had?
The Army can change the ruling back, but Congresswoman McSally says she's not going to wait around for that to happen. She already has more than 120 bipartisan co-sponsors for a bill to change this through an act of Congress. In Tucson, Craig Reck, KOLD News 13, live local late breaking.